Hey, it's Shelly Rose May, Art by the Métis Mama, and I don't have a lot of time to make this video because I'm running out of storage on my phone, so we're going to get right into it. I'm going to be making these little mini junk journals, and I thought I'd share my process with you because I don't think I have a video on these because I'm pretty sure I looked through and I told myself I would make one for you guys. So what I usually use for those is either wallpaper or some kind of, I don't know if this is cardstock or what. But sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. This is what I use to make them, or I'll use wallpaper, but I'm completely out of wallpaper, so I had to do some mixed media to these papers, and I'm going to stop this video and then you're going to see my process of how I added paper and different things, mostly paper and acrylic ink to this. So I'll stop this video. You can watch what I did, which is basically use Mod Podge to put down my paper, and then this is what happened. These are some that I started that I'm not in love with. I still need to work on them a bit, but you'll see in the video that I've worked on those. So this is the one that we're gonna make the junk journals out of. So check it out and I'll come back. Okay, I'm back and we're gonna get started making our mini junk journals. So the first thing I do is actually, before I fold it over, I look it over to see if I want to put anything else on here, and I think actually I did some white paint splatters. I think I'm okay because I don't have a lot of storage left on my phone. I've been clearing stuff out on my phone, and for some reason it's just not clearing out the way I want to. Actually get this way, sorry. And this is how I measure them. You could obviously use scissors or a paper cutter to make it more of a clean line, but I like the sort of scrappy look and imperfection of not cutting. Okay, so there. Then I go in half this way. Then we go in half, well, this way. Here I would cut, and then you could do an even smaller one this way if you wanted. Because in my kits, what I think I'm going to be doing is you get a completed junk journal, and then I'm thinking I might add another mini one like this for the person, for whoever buys the kit, so they can make their own. So they would get two, one finished and one unfinished. Okay, so anyways, so that's how I break down. So obviously I would fold these up and I would continue to make more, right? I'd fold in half. And then I would get a couple more journals out of there. So, but you get the idea. So today we're just going to make one because we'll zoom in. Make sure I'm staying frame. Okay, so that's what I do. And if you wanted to do the inside, you could, but I don't. I just leave it blank. So then just decide which one you want to be on which one you want to be the front. And then I will grab one of my little, you could put anything you wanted on here. You could put this little boy if you wanted, but I like putting my own artwork on my kit. So I'm going to do a little Sasquatch. I'm going to do the Sasquatch to honor where I am from because, well, I'm not technically from Rocky, but I live in Rocky. Sasquatch is sort of our town mascot here. So this is Sasquatch country, and there are groups that actually meet here to go out and look for this amazing multi-dimensional being that the Cree call Mistapu, which means big man in Cree. I think I'm saying that right if I remember correctly. Mistapu means big man. Did I just say that? And in our teachings, Sasquatch carries the teaching of honesty, and I like working with Sasquatch in my art because it creates a bridge and a connection to I'm just going to use this little thing of Mod Podge because I don't feel like opening up the new jar that I just bought. It creates like a portal. Art is a portal, right? So when you tap into different frequencies, oops, what happened here? Okay. You match that frequency, and in doing so, you can create a portal through your art, because everything is frequency or energy, whatever you want to call it. And the universe does not have a mind of its own. It's merely reflecting back your thoughts, beliefs, ideas, etc., etc. So you're matching frequency when you're creating. Okay, so the next thing to do is to put a little quote on the top, and I don't have to put a quote, and I actually don't even know if I have any. Oh, right here. Let's just do this one right here. Let's keep it simple. Practice kindness. Let's just do that, but let's cut this in half. This is a little sticker, and we'll just throw that on there. Practice kindness. I like that one. That's a good one. So Sasquatch are actually very spiritual beings. And they're just like humans, where there's different kinds, and like some are nice and some aren't so nice. So you gotta take that into consideration when you are connecting with any kind of being energetically, because you don't know who you're connecting with. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and then I'll just zoom out a little bit because I got some papers here, and we are going to kind of size them to our journal. So that's close. Let's just tear off a little bit. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay, so we want to do that. We want to make the pages similar in size. They don't have to be exact. This came from a Katie Daisy book that I found while I was out thrifting. It was completely warped on the cover, and even some of the pages were not the greatest. Oh, that's so beautiful, redwood cedar. I want to keep that for my own junk journal. So I'm just going to cut that one out for myself. Let's put that one aside. Let's go over here. I'm not attached to the sycamore because I don't think we even have sycamores around here, but it's mostly pine and spruce and poplar and birch and all kinds of other amazing trees. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And I'll just do this. So I don't put a lot of pages in my journals, and the reason being is because number one, these ones are for, the intention behind these ones, I should say, is to get people introduced to junk journaling so that they can just get a feel for it and see if it's something that they like and enjoy. And if they do, they can either buy some of my other more advanced junk journals that maybe have more pages in them, and continue to play and journal, or they can just keep buying these little mini books. You know, I even appreciate these smaller books that don't have as many pages, and the reason being is because they're not overwhelming. I've said that before in other videos. When you are making journals to sell, I have learned, and I feel it's really important, that you market to all people, because not everybody is an artist, and in fact most of the people that I sell my art to aren't artists. I mean, they're artists in their own right, obviously, but what I mean is, like, they're not artists that do art every single day. Most of them have jobs, and most of them just want to have a creative outlet, and so it's important to have things for people that are not necessarily going to spend their days doing art all the time like us artists do. This is a drawing that my grandson did, and I kept it. I always keep his drawings for my junk journals. I don't tell him, because otherwise he'll want to keep it and he'll get upset. But sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he's like, you can have that. So, or my son, I know he's started to call me mom now, so the last little while, so I guess I can call him my son. He's actually my niece's son, but she doesn't see him, sadly. But anyways, that's another story. My husband and I are kinship parents, so let's see. We're raising my sister's boys and my niece's son. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Both their mothers are amazing women, but they just have some healing to do, and that's okay. All right. Just decide which ones you want to, which order you want to put them in. And then, let's see, oops. The next thing to do is to get a needle and thread, decide what color thread you want. Let's just go with green because it's right there on the top. We'll use this one. Don't need a very long thread. Now I don't want that archy one in the middle. I think I want this one could go in the middle. I like that one. Okay, we're just gonna thread this needle like so. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're not closing it up or anything. Then we'll take our little book. Then we're just gonna punch a hole right in the middle. I don't use a paper clip or anything to hold this in place. I just go for it. I am not that patient, and nor do I care if things are out of alignment. And that's part of the freedom, not the freedom, the wildness of my art, I guess. Okay. And then we'll come back. Oops. I didn't mean for that to come back. Oh, but anyways, it did. So I'm just going to go under, I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to go under there and tie. I just feel like it gives it a little bit more security when I do that. You don't have to do that. Okay. And then if you want, you could leave that long. You could tie a little charm on there, whatever you want. But because we're keeping these really simplistic for my journal kits, we're going to cut that short, and then that is it. Now, if you want, you can edge this with something, like sometimes I'll put black ink around the edging. I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm just going to keep it simple, but I am going to add an elastic. So I'll pick one that's kind of matchy-matchy. Let's go with purple because there's lots of purple in the background here. And there we go. And there you have it. Really super simple mini junk journal. Hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.